Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we'll be talking about the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference and who I believe will most likely be the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And we'll start today's video with the Chicago Bulls, as you guys can see. So before we start today's video, I want to hear down below, who do you believe will be the 8th seed? Will it be the Chicago Bulls, or will it be another team that is on this list or isn't on this list? So hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel and the video, and let's hop in and talk about the 8th seed. So the Chicago Bulls. Yes, you're probably thinking, why is Zero talking about the Chicago Bulls? They're actually in the 8th seed currently as we speak. You might not believe me, but they are one of the better offensive teams in the league. They have the 5th best pace in the entire league with 101.5. Means they play one of the fastest basketball in the entire league. And they're 9th in scoring with 114.7 points per game. And they're 24th in defense, which is they allow 114.8. So they actually allow more points on them than the points they scored, just by 0.1, which shows that just as good as they are an offense team, they're equally as bad on defense. And this is a team that I think Billy Donovan was the correct hire. They're never going to be in a stout defensive team because the Billy Donovan team has never been stoutly defensive, but he is a good coach. They're 15-17, and I think this is a team that right here, look, one of my favorite things that I found about this team is they have 7 guys who are grabbing at least 5 rebounds a game. Patrick Williams with 4.9. I'm going to round that up to 5. Sue me. Kobe White with 5. Zach LaVine with 5.2. Thaddeus Young with 5.9. Lauri Markkanen with 6.1. Otto Porter with 6.3. And Wendell Carter with 7.7. And I think that's amazing. And I know they have had injuries. And my roommates are Chicago Bulls fans, so I do keep up with them a bit. This is a team that they can make the playoffs if they find a way to solve the defensive woes, or to turn their offensive scoring to like a Houston Rockets level when James Harden was there, where they're like, yeah, we're not going to defense, we're just going to outscore you. So I think this is a really good team. They could benefit from getting somebody in the buyout market, but besides that, hey, it's been a fun team. The Indiana Pacers were dark horse contenders at the beginning of the year. We were all like, holy crap, the Montes Sabonis has taken a whole nother level. And obviously he has, kind of gone down. I wouldn't say he's fallen off, but he has fallen off of the MVP race. I feel like he's no longer top 5 in MVP mentionings. In the beginning of the year, you could have said he was the 5th MVP in MVP racing in the 10 first games. And yeah, I would stick and stand by that. This guy's averaging a double-double, steal game, half a block a game, and throwing out about 6 assists. This is a team that does a really good job passing the ball. They're a fun team to watch. And honestly, their point guard situation is very interesting because they have a guy in Malcolm Brogdon, and then they also have a really probably the best backup point guard, also pretty much kind of their 6th man, TJ McConnell, who I think the Sixers would have benefited from keeping him. Shooting 35% from 3, dishing out 6, leading their team with 6.7 assists, almost 7 assists a game. And this is a team that, if you look at their rating, they are 15th on. They're the middle of the pack in everything. They have 16th offensive rating, 11th defensive rating. Opponents' points per game is 15th, and their points per game is 15th. It just shows that they're a middle of the pack team, and they're the 8th seed, and that's why, because they're not special at anything. They're just kind of average all around, and they're not terrible at defense, but they're not great. They're not terrible at offense, but they're not great. It's just the Indiana Pacers. The Charlotte Hornets. This is a team heading in the right direction. It's been a long time since we could say that. I think it's since when they drafted Kemba Walker was the last time we could say that. Is Steve Clifford the right man to do that? No, he wasn't. So they bring in James Borrego, the man who I think is a great coach. I think he's a very fun guy. He's actually the intern head coach of the Orlando Magic, and then he goes over to Charlotte to replace Steve Clifford, ironically. Either way, this is a team, another middle of the pack team. They're 18th in offensive like scoring with 111 points per game, while they're 21st in opponents' points scored per game with 112.8. Then their offensive rating 17th and the league, and their defensive rating is 21st, just showing that they're a better offensive team than they are defensive. But they're terrible defense and they're barely okay at offense. And the bright spot, obviously, of this team is LaMelo Ball wielding this team with 220 points scores, and Terry Rozier, who's now a combo guard, and Gordon Hayward, showing that, hey, I'm worth that money and I'm balling. You got Devontae Graham, who you could say is still playing, but he hasn't been a factor as much as LaMelo has been, and LaMelo's been doing it in the last minutes. PJ Washington, Miles Bridges, and, LaMelo Ball have all shown very much bright spots. I think Malik Monk is shooting great from three-point percentage, 47% on the year. They should probably trade him at this point. I think they won't make it. Their defense is too bad, guys. I'm sorry. The Atlanta Hawks, holy crap, they started the year hot. I was talking about the Atlanta Hawks a lot. They're the 13th best scoring offense in the league, but they are the 23rd most points allowed in the league. Or not 23rd, I guess it'd be the 7th most points. They're 23rd in opponents' points scored. But their offensive rating is 9th in the league. That's amazing. Then their defensive rating is 24th, which shows that they are incredible at offense, or seem like they're incredible offense, but they're so bad at defense that it bites them in the ass. Because, hey, they're scoring 113.5 points per game, but they're allowing 113.3 points. So you're allowing the same amount of points you're scoring, which is great. Then you got Master Foul Baiter over here, Master Baiter with the fouls, Trae Young. I mean, I love Trae Young, and I'm not talking shit. Keep fouling. Keep drawing the fouls. Do you do? But DeAndre Hunter has broken out as a star player. Kevin Huerter showing that he's a lights-out shooter. John Collins needs to be flipped. Clint Capella is good, but Onyeka Okongwu, you could trade Clint Capella and Onyeka Okongwu, replace him, and you could keep John Collins, or you could do Onyeka Okongwu and Bruno Fernando, but there's nothing really proven about Bruno Fernando. This team suffers from a lot of injuries. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I think the problem is going to be that they are injury plagued. Next year, watch them be a 4th seed. It literally seemed like yesterday my man Bradley Beal was hating life. But the Washington Wizards are flying back. They are the 7th best scoring team in the league with 114.9 points per game. And they are the 2nd worst defensive team in the league with 119.3 points allowed, defensive rating of 27th in the league, and an offense rating of 21st. But obviously, either way, Scott Brooks needs to be freaking fired. I hate Scott Brooks so much. Terrible coach. Like, Scott Brooks should be fired and make like Corey Gaines or one of these guys on yours, or Robert Pack, the head coach for the rest of the year. Bradley Beal is going to be the scoring leader, the scoring champ for this season. Russell Westbrook's working himself back into shape. I do love Roy Hachimura. He's a great player. Davis Bertans isn't living up to his contract, even though he's shooting 37%. Still not living up to it. Denny Avita is criminally being misused. Still being misused. I feel so bad for this guy because his rookie year is being completely wasted. He is shooting 3-3-pointers a game, which is great at 35%, which is awesome. And I hope that the coach who comes in next year, whoever's hired, fixes this. This team has some really nice young guys on it that they need to be using. I wish they would use Anzi Paziniks, Anthony Gill, Cash Winston. I wish they continued using Isaac Bonga more, Morris Wagner, Mo Wagner more, Troy Brown more. I wish they used Garrison Matthews more. I wish they used Jerome Robinson more. I just think they should just embrace the young guys, get rid of anybody over the age of 28 that isn't Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's 27, but look, get rid of Russell Westbrook after this season. And Davis Bertans shouldn't really be playing. Ish Smith shouldn't really be playing. Robin Lopez shouldn't be playing. Roland Neto, just, will they be the 8th seed? No. But I know Bradley Beal wants to. So if Bradley Beal makes them, good for y'all. You guys are going to be a 1st round and out. But that's it for me today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Till next, guys. Peace out.